Yes! King of the Pit TV, there's ROCKSTEADY. Revocation is the band. Celebrations, Elation, Revocation. Recommended on the Patreon. Revocation on the Patreon by Extreme Aggression 22. One Love, thank you. 12 tunes. Chaos of Form. Chaos of Forms is the title of the record. Technical death thrash, some may say. It's not a genre that exists, but hey, if you want to call it that, you can call it that. When I say it doesn't exist, I'm not saying that it isn't a correct way of, you know, categorizing music, but bruh, there's enough genres as it is. It's called death thrash, you know what I mean? Fuck! So, 12 tunes. Have we got any filler? No. No filler tunes. We had an instrumental entitled Fractal Entity, but it wasn't necessarily a filler. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good instrumental breather. Production-wise, splendid. It was like these dudes have gone to the same engineer we've heard on the Havoc records we've listened to on this channel. Well polished, not over in the glitz and glamour, you know, just well dialed in, powerful room for the instrumentation to show off and give you this onslaught of metal. This is a metal record, and when I say that, I mean it's a great example of metal. Okay, it's a little bit more marketable to the extreme metal crowd. You know, you're not getting cavernous, reverb drenched sounds of the Ghoul, but what you are getting is a more death metal trivium. Is that a bold statement? The imagery, the cleanliness of the production, the technicality, like the actual quality of the instrumentation, the showcase of what they're capable of, and their, you know, sort of non-offensive nature creates a wet dream for what I would imagine a record label would have over a band such as this, you know? Why the heck not? These dudes can put together a good project. This album, through its 12 songs, has got heaps and heaps and heaps of effort and investment through the writing process, through the recording process, through the ideas. I wonder how long it took them to get this together and over how many, you know, how many hours of practice and coming together it took them to, you know, really dial this in. And then my next question would be, how long in the studio did it take to dial this down? Really good. At first, it's like, all right, it's like a thrash metal record. And then as we got through the record, the death metal started to creep in more and more until on one or two songs, we had more or less like just a death metal sound. Now, death metal purists and elitists would say, it's not death metal, innit? It's blah, blah, it's blah. And most of that will come down to the sound engineering. If you gave it a low budget, like grittier production, then them same metalheads are like, yeah, this is death metal, this is proper, you know? I thought this was an okay record. Is it a record for me? Not necessarily. You know, I like my more just straightforward driving. I don't really want to hear like the crazy, just like, whoa. It's a bit much for me. I want to be able to dance. I appreciate good craft, good musicianship, but I don't want that to be the embodiment of what the band is. I'll rate this record a 6. Okay? I'll rate it a 6. What more needs to be said? I'm signing out. Peace.